All right. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. It's about 5 p.m. My name is Jake Mooney, and I'm an American Studies student for the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. My class is called Preserving Places, Making Spaces in Baltimore, with our theme being I Am Your Neighbor. We are currently in UMBC's new media studio in Sherman Hall, and I'm here with a very special guest. Why don't you tell us your name?
I'm Ivan Lashinsky.
And how about a little bit of where you're from?
Well, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Lived there till I graduated college at Long Island University, LIU. And then I played basketball overseas. So I lived in Tel Aviv, Israel. I lived in Strasbourg, France. I lived in Annapolis, Maryland when I came back to the States, and moved to Baltimore in 2006. So that tells you where I'm from.
You say is the goal of the Southwest Sports and Fitness
Well,
Alliance?
the goal is to use sports and recreation as a youth development strategy. Um, I've benefited tremendously from organized sports, being part of something bigger than yourself, being part of a team, following directions, taking orders from a coach, who might not be all that friendly, but you had to respect him or her. Um, Teammates working together, becoming, forming lifelong friendships, that sort of thing. So those are the benefits of being part of a team. In sports and recreation were things that were kind of second nature to me, and I was able to um, organize a number of other friends and colleagues and neighbors and friends of friends to be part of the board of directors of this new organization. And that's what we set out to do, to get more kids um, in the Southwest Baltimore area involved in organized sports.
What would you like to see the role of the SSFA do?
Well, we're going to be the operator and manager of the programming that goes on in the building, and it's going to be beyond, or go beyond just children and youth. I mean, we're going to have, because it's essentially a community center as well, so we're going to have programs in there for adults and seniors as well, and we'll be putting together, you know, a schedule and an outline in the months ahead. And we'll probably move into that building sometime in the fall, late fall perhaps. The renovations haven't begun yet, but they hope to get a shovel in the ground in May. Um, it's not a very large facility. You couldn't put an indoor basketball court in there. You couldn't play volleyball in there because the ceilings aren't very high. Um, but there's a lot of green space around the building, including a neighboring Excel Academy, which is the city's alternative school. Um, and there's opportunities to develop the fields around there and some of the other green space for additional recreational activities. And we're hoping that center, and there's a pool area that the city's also developing, and that should be open in the summer of 2024 with two pools. One will be a walk-in family pool. It'll probably go up to 3 feet deep, and there'll be an adjacent lap pool next to that. So we're hoping that area will really be a destination for people in Southwest Baltimore, as well as Poppleton, of course, as well as other neighborhoods.
You mentioned the urban trifecta a lot.
Yeah.
Could we talk a little bit about that?
Um, I'm not sure I was the originator of that term, but basically you're talking about crime, poverty, and drugs. Um, and there's a lot of that in Southwest Baltimore. And we see sports and recreation as an antidote to that. Giving young people something else to do besides, getting involved with crime and drugs. There's not much they're able to do as far as the poverty is concerned. I mean, that's going to be left to other agencies and other organizations to do more job training and more community investment to create job opportunities. But those three areas are really critical right now, and we can impact some of them, if not all of them.